Go.
It's one label master.
Okay, that's not the video. That's your gaslighting. Can you turn that off? I don't. It's marketing.
We have no idea how that happened.
Okay. Okay, so let's try the. Apologize for that. We've been Rick Rolled. Technical difficulties. We've been Rick Westrolled. Okay. All kidding aside, we have not wasted your time. Let's play the real video. Please God, let me there. There's no audio. There's no audio. No idea.
Just narrate it for us, Jeff.
They're in a horrible, filthy bathroom, and there's no obvious way out here. There's no other door. There's no way out once you go in. The conceit was you paid $60. You're greeted by a very pretty girl, and then immediately put into the filthiest bathroom we've ever built. That really does smell like crap and pee. That's a janitor who is screaming, "You guys don't effing know what you're doing." Yeah, there's no audio. That's bizarre. So yeah, he's screaming at them because they're all idiots and can't find their way out, which of course you can't find your way out until he is going to let you know. This is a guy named Gary. He's fantastic. In year 3, we put him in a dress. So yeah, this is the bathroom, one of 2 that we built for it. Again, it's completely immersive. It stinks. Each stall is filled with feces and there's graffiti on the walls, and it's all smeared. And then eventually he's going to let them know that one of the toilets contains a pair of dirty underwear. And if you pull the underwear, the door will open to let you out.
I know this is very difficult for people to imagine, but Daniel Miller was involved in the creation of this.
Well, we wanted to. Put them off pillows. So they've just pulled the underwear, and now the door is open for them to get out. I'm sure that the second one will have audio, so I apologize. So he's telling them to get the hell out into the next room.
Should we actually add in the foul language? Because then I can...
Well, they're about to see Mr. Clean here, who's going to make an appearance, my friend Jeff. Jeff is there screaming, "Get the hell out, jackass." He just flipped him off. And right here he goes, "You have to know this. To get out of the room, here's what you have to do." Now they're in a room full of rat cages and live rats. And yes, PETA was not happy with us.
The rats were very well cared for.
Oh my God, the most well cared for rats ever.
And they went to forever homes.
They had lots of babies during their run of Trapped, and there are still families of them around, yeah.
We released some on the show floor. They're big fans of Halloween.
So yeah, the cages are full of rats. You can smell real rat, it's cute. Trivia, there was actually a talent in here that got cut early, was going to be my wife as the rat girl, which I thought was pretty funny. But there's one of it says don't pet the rat, which of course you're supposed to pet the rat. They will pet the rat and a door will open right here. They're looking for it.
So that, they'll crawl through here into a very tight, confined, bigger human-sized cage. And when they get in that, the door to that cage shuts behind them.
There's no way out. It's a pre-run cycle of rats screeching and then rice being thrown at you, which feels like rat droppings.
So as soon as the light went out, we started dropping that on there, and it was just an automated thing.
And if the people in the next room did not hurry, some guests were subjected to this to 3 or 4 cycles. So now you're entering Mama's kitchen. This is a filthy kitchen where you're going to meet Mama or Mama's son sometimes, depending on if it's a man or a woman. And this is great. It's one of my favorite moments. To get out of this room, she's got a tray there full of bugs you have to eat. And what's funny is they're from the gift shop. They're nacho cheese flavored. They're not anything you wouldn't normally eat. I mean, they're silly, but they are real. Weekend one, we had people drinking Mama's milk, which was buttermilk, cottage cheese served warm. And you'll see we have a second one we're going to play where a guy does vomit because of that. So it got cut early. This video is great because the woman on the left, you can't see her, she's a brunette, she'll come into view soon. She's a vegetarian. And this, yeah, they're pointing her because this has her more troubled than anything. And the whole point of Trapped was, yes, it's scary, but it's mostly about stress. Can you handle these situations? What are you going to do? Like, they're all eating it, right? Poor Carrie there in the middle is stuck. She's one of our saloon dancers. Yeah, they're all eating it, but she's saying no one's getting out until you eat it.
And this room on the technical side was kind of fun just because it was all very traditional kitchen. We bought some cabinets and did some other stuff, but we wanted to find those small fridges that used to be like the 50s style fridges. Yeah. So it took forever to source them. And we wound up we found this weird place out in the boonies on Craigslist.
She's like, no, I'm not doing that.
So yeah, these are like old Craigslist fridges. And Jen Hernandez, our props gal at the time, she was working with me in props. She said it was a very interesting experience going on Craigslist. And,
oh, sure.
You want to buy these fridges?
What you want them for?
Oh, actually, here's a pretty neat piece of trivia. One of the fridges that were used in this, one of those companion fridges, was in Trick or Treat. The maze Trick or Treat in the kitchen. If you go through or watching the videos of that, there's a little fridge.
Okay, so the next thing is the refrigerator opens and that's the way out. And for me, I was like, oh yeah, it's the next room, but I didn't realize, yeah, these people have no idea what's going to happen in the next room. So they don't even want to leave. Like, she'd rather face the bug than the doorway. Oh, it's the greatest. This is why I go to work. Okay, so now they're hitting the next room. And the next room, again, this is so bizarre to me. As a guy, I have no concept of why this is scary. This is a room full of mirrors. We're going to say Bloody Mary 3 times. And every woman who went through here had gone to a slumber party at some point. And this terrified. We had more boysenberries in this room. That was the way to get out. You said boysenberry, and the experience ended in this room than any other room. And it was always from some woman who was like, this was my childhood nightmare. So you can't really see it. You'll see it on the next video. She's appearing on all the mirrors, and she's saying, you know, say my name 3 times. And the guys are like, what's the big deal? And the women are like, it's a big deal. We're all going to die. Like, it was, you could stand outside this room all night and it was just pure terror of people screaming. It's hard to see. The next one is lit, like I said. We're going to show you the whole thing. But this video is just too good not to show. So the mirrors are cracking, and she's going to pop out at some point here. Here we go. Some more vacation slides. Yeah, so now we're in the puzzle room. You designed this room, right, Gus?
I had some input on it, yeah. We wanted something where you kind of had to figure out how to get out in more of a traditional, just playing with, mirrors, basically smoke and mirrors. For me, the one thing that I was really adamant on this room is that the whole room should move, right? So you get in this room and you're trying to feel around and there's mirrors and all this plexiglass, so you can't really tell what it is. But if you push the room, the entire room would move on a track towards the goal.
Towards the monster.
Yeah, And this actually, I got a lot of people that weren't really happy with this one just because, not of anything we did, because the knuckleheads in their party wound up like, oh hey, I can push this. So they pushed it really fast, and the back of the room smashed into the people that were in the party with them. So like, it's just imagine, like you're in a box and you move the box, well everybody has to walk with the box. So the guests were clobbering the other guests with the room.
There's no charge for that.
No, that was a bonus. So it was just like, well, I hadn't even thought of that as an opportunity, well, not an opportunity, well, I guess an opportunity for me, I didn't hit. But yeah, it's just an added bonus. Your friends make you happy.
So yeah, so here the guests are walking down a long hallway with lights. What they don't know is that there's a secret door to the control room in this hallway, where anytime there was no guest there, you could see Tex and me and other people moving back and forth. It was really cool.
Yeah, the whole experience was controlled by a little room filled with, like you said, the monitors with everything in the middle of the maze. So they, our techs and people running that show had to go through the maze to, you know, control the maze.
So here we are in the morgue. There's a corpse on the table, there's a coffin, and there are actual morgue drawers that we got from the morgue.
Yeah, all of this stuff was authentic. Dead people were on all of this, including, it was a you know, secondhand coffin, because those are the best kinds. All of the morgue drawers were actually sourced morgue drawers, because it's just,
you can't make them on your own.
Right,
You have to hold a person.
So,
and this was within the designing portion. This was the moment I said, "You're going to let us do this? We're going to put people in a morgue drawer and close them up in it." So yes, that's what's happening. They're getting in the drawer and being closed up in the morgue drawer. Look at that. And that, my friends, is worth the $60. The two girls are like, no. And how about this? There was also another door, because the maze has to be ADA compliant. Any guests that were in a wheelchair would go through a door where they were in an incinerator. So it felt like you were being cremated. Or equal opportunity offenders. So the guys have decided to go through the morgue drawers. There goes the other guy. The girls are going to get in the coffin. There's no sound, which is unfortunate, because when they get in the coffin and the doors close, they just start screaming. Because what's happening is, on the other side, there are people dressed as the Grim Reaper grabbing you and pulling you through the rest of the maze.
Yeah.
So he's going to be sent to the crematorium here.
Right, so that guy gets to stand up, lucky him. But yeah, it's kind of, the people on the other side really weren't let out until everyone was in their position. So everybody that got stuck in that morgue drawer, they were waiting until everybody was in their positions to move forward. So
we had the guy Chewy from Kiss FM go through, and we left him in the morgue drawer for about 3 minutes. And we finally got him out. He grabbed me. He goes, Jeff, I'm alive. I said, you're fine, Chewy. Oh my God. He was terrified. So now we're getting the group together to go into the arcade. There's the Grim Reaper. And in the arcade, there are people playing video games. There's a banner that says, I escaped trapped. You're signing up. You're getting a free souvenir photo. This was our false ending. Everybody involved in it is in on it. So your guard is down. Here's your free photo. And here comes Alan and the gang. Just have to leave now. You're all good. Maze is over. Oh, it's not over. So all the people playing video games are hideous, and they try to get you, and then they throw you out. Oh, it's so much fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, Trapped.